It feels like literally Satan's asshole here in Texas. So a little bit different of a setup today. So I recorded most of this video a couple days ago. So if you notice a location and an outfit change, I always have like fuzz or something on me. The joy of white-haired cats. So I recorded like half of this a couple days ago, and I've just sincerely been kind of lazy, and I haven't edited it and I haven't posted it. And it was kind of like a pre-end of April video and a little bit of a haul. So I'm going to keep the portion that I pre-recorded for the haul because I don't have the original packaging anymore, and I do open it on camera. Or, well, I don't open it on camera, but I mean I show you. Anyways, you'll see. And I'll just show you and talk about what I had recorded the other day. Because the end of my April did change. Surprise, surprise. So I'll give you kind of like the gist of what I had talked about that I had recorded, and because I mean it's still my thoughts, but so I was working on the linens and threads. I was gonna say linens and things. That was a store in the 90s. Okay. The linens and threads mystery sampler. I was supposed to work on that for a few days and then switch to the Halloween cat by Satsuma Street. And I never started working on the Halloween cat because I just had too much fun with the mystery band sampler. And so I just finished work. I worked on this for the last week, but to be fair, there were several days that I did not work on it. Because, and I talked about this in the part that I'm going to take out, but I had heat exhaustion last week. So my previous video where I talked about being incredibly tired and like lazy that whole weekend, I actually had heat exhaustion from the previous 3 days. I started back walking twice a day at work, and it's about a mile to a mile and a half each time, and I just straight up got heat exhaustion because it's already been in like the mid 80s to the low 90s here, and I just got overheated, and I did that for 3 days in a row. Was super like lazy and rested that Saturday and Sunday and Friday night. That Friday night, like I didn't even eat dinner. Like I literally went straight to bed. Potter's about to jump on my stitching. I just know he is. He's looking at it like a hungry, hungry cat. So that Monday, whenever I got back to work, because I had taken so much time to rest, that Monday I did my 2 laps again, and come here, buddy. You want to end the video? Come here. All right. All right. There you go. Front row view of Potter. All right. So, I did my 2 laps that Monday, and I felt horrendous whenever I got home Monday night. So, Potter, this is my life. So, whenever I got home Monday night, I felt awful. I was really tired again. Tuesday, I got to work, and I was there for about an hour and a half, and I just couldn't make like the tension in my head go away. It was just really bad. I even took like some really intense prescription pills for it. And he's like, he's gonna knock something off and break something. I couldn't get it to go away. Like lights were too much, sounds were too much. So I ended up going home and I slept all of Tuesday. And so my last week of April really on and off was just not productive. So as far as stitching goes, so I did take the whole week to work on this. But this is how far I am. Again, no more work on January. I mean, it's a shame, but it is what it is. But I did get from here over on February and this little bit, and from about here over on March. And I did get some of April started. I got one of the trees, and I didn't start on May because I didn't get it printed out until May 1st, and as much as I wanted to, but yeah, I didn't. So the thing that I talked about doing, now I already did plan this out, but I'm going to put the year right here. And in October's band, because I want them to be evenly spaced or close to evenly spaced, in October's band, which will be 3 months from the end of the year, I'm going to try and fit my initials in that band. And it's also kind of fitting because October is my birthday month. And so I'm really excited about that. The other thing that I talked about was I kind of mentioned, you know, I'm doing like the variegated all the way down in the different colors of the rainbow, and then December I was going to do in white. Well, I kind of thought about either doing the DMC variegated black and gray one, because the black isn't a super true black like this. You would still be able to see it, so it would be like darker like this one and kind of in really nice. Or I thought about using my tie-dyed thread that I make that has all the colors of the rainbow in it, from the Dyed Panda. So I don't know, December might be a rainbow color all in itself. I think it just depends on what the band looks like, on what I'm going to do. But I'll either stick with the white, or I'll do the tie-dye, or I might do the black. Whenever it gets closer to December, I'll kind of do like a floss toss and get some opinions from you guys. But the year and my initials I am going to do in white, so that way it like super pops out and is like super stark at you. But it's just going to say 2017 right here, and then my initials in the October band. Now, if I'm going to do any other additions, I'm not quite sure at this point. I have loved several of them. One person or two people that I've seen so far have added like little scissors and like a needle with some thread and some bobbins. I absolutely love that. And they did it in April's band, but I just don't know yet. I just don't know. I really, really, really like it, but I don't know. I'm trying to, you know, I think I'll just see as a couple more bands come out. Maybe I'll do something funky in June and July, like in the middle of the year, and like try to like space, you know, that out and do, you know, like something funky in the 3rd month, something funky in the middle of the year, and then my initials in the October band. I'm not really sure. And then depending on what thread I go with December, I may do one stitch all the way around of the white to frame it, because on mine, as each month goes, I'm changing this like side border too. So I may just do a all the way around a border in white just as a final finish. But I don't know. I haven't fully decided on that because January has that open bit up at the top. But I kind of like that it might frame that in a bit. So I'm deciding on a couple of tweaks. But like I said, this is definitely not going to be finished until 2018. So I have plenty of time to figure some of that out, right? So anyways, that is the end of my April. That's what I worked on up until the end. That is a slower stitch for me because of the black fabric. Now, I posted a picture of it on the Linens and Threads Facebook, and somebody suggested putting a light underneath my fabric, and it's a great idea, like terrific for most people. The light would honestly bother my eyes, but I line it up to where the white paper's underneath it, so that helps out a lot, but it's still just not going to be a fast stitch. for me using the variegated because you have to make full X's the whole time, and I'm very much a cross-country stitcher. So, it's just, I also, like, I try to, connect stuff, and so I try to see like how the variegation is going to work in with itself and that kind of a thing. So I just take a little bit more time with it, but that's totally fine with me. Everybody who's staying up on top of it, y'all's work is so beautiful. I love it so much. But this is going to definitely be an into 2018 for me, and I'm totally, totally fine with that. So I hope everyone else had a great April. I'm enjoying watching y'all's videos. And so my yard guys are here. So just if you can ignore that, that would be great. Hi, Haley. Yes. I love you. What's up? Okay. She's here. So y'all wanted to see more of her, so she's here. So I wish you were the same height as me, because then you'd be more in frame. Can your big head not move the camera? I love you, but no. If that grosses you out, I'm really sorry. But not really, because I love her. Babe, if you need to go lay down, you can. So you don't have to stand here. Update is, and I'll hold it far back, but I did buy the Happy Cinco de Mayo pattern by the Frosted Pumpkin yesterday whenever it came out, or maybe it was this morning. Guys, that's my Beastly Unsaved Rabbit Hole group. We have a group chat in the text messages, and they like to blow up my phone sometimes. We all do it, but I think this morning, like, I left my phone on my desk for like a minute, and I came back to like 15 messages, and I was only gone like 10 minutes. It literally blows up whenever it blows up, so it's gonna keep going. Right now we're at 6 in like 2 minutes, right? I have no idea. All right, so the next thing is a haul. I do want to talk about this. I'm making this a floss tube because I met Heather through cross stitching. And even though it's not cross stitching that she does anymore, she taught herself on Facebook how to crochet. Sorry, Heather. We're up to 8. She taught herself how to crochet. Oh my gosh. Hi, Haley. And so her stuff comes in these green bags, and I'll cover up all of our addresses, but she decorates them with washi tape, which is fun. She sends out, let me just cover up my address and make sure none of hers is showing. So I did a custom order with her, and I posted about it on my Facebook, so unless you're like personal friends with me, you have not seen this, but I want to show y'all her stuff so much. I originally met her in the big craft swapping of 2015, and she did cross stitch and all that, and she taught herself how to crochet, and that's pretty much all that she does now. So she has a company on Etsy, and I will show you her business card in just a second. But here is my sales receipt. I did a custom order, and they're beautifully made. And so I just wanted to open this, and I've worn them. But I have worn them, and I need to go on her website and leave a review. But I got them while I was feeling crappy, and I was just like, I wrote her, and I was like, I got them today. I'm sorry. I'm really sick. So, but I got this, and she said, Kelly, I am so honored to have made this for you. I hope I did them justice. Enjoy, and don't forget to leave a review. Love, Heather. Heather and I, we talk pretty regular via text, and we're friends on Facebook, and I love this girl. We're like spirit animals. I wish we lived closer to each other. We're up to 10, 11. Yeah. Because y'all are hearing it twice. I don't even know what count we're up to. This is the front of her card. She is the Norish girl. You can follow her on Facebook or Etsy and Instagram, actually, Handmade Crochet Goods. Here's the back of her card with all of her information. I will put this in the description box down below. But she's really amazing. Right now, her Etsy shop is closed because she got invited. So Norish is a combination of Irish and Norwegian. And there is a Norwegian in Wisconsin at the end of May. So her Etsy shop is currently closed because she is making stuff for a booth at this festival. So really exciting, but you should still go follow her because she's posting really cool photos. And as soon as that festival is over with, her shop will be back up. And most likely she'll have stuff in stock, but she also does pre-orders, and she's coming up with something really cool. She is now doing market bags, which are awesome. Actually, I want to get like 2 or 3 of them, to be honest. And anyways, just wanted to let y'all know about her. It's amazing. So let me just preface this story. I've been wanting to have Heather make me something for a while. We are up to 17 texts, guys, in 5 minutes. All right, so that's what I'm saying. If we blow it up. I love being a part of this group. So shout out to my Hade girls. You lovelies are amazing. Anyway, so I was lucky. I was very lucky to know my great grandmother. She was an amazing person. I don't know much about her history. She was on the orphan train in the early 1900s that started up in the Northeast around New York, and she finally got adopted down here in Texas in the Germantown area of Elgin, right outside of Elgin. So if you know where, and that's like kind of like the slogan, like they actually sell shirts there that say "Where the hell is Elgin?" That's because people think it's a made up place, I think. Anyways, whenever I was a kid, she used to make these little granny square slippers, and basically the bottom was a giant granny square, and then the top was little granny squares, and then there was a little granny square for the back. And this was one of mine as a kid, and I wore them for a little while. I mean, because they were, you know, a little stretchy. I only have one of them. I mean, the pair is somewhere. It's just not at my house where I live. It's probably back home where my dad lives. So that's one of those. And then I have one here that was my mom's. So again, it's just like a giant granny square for the bottom, and then a big, like 2 small ones for the top, and then one for the back. And this one was one of my mom's slippers, and my mom wore a size 8, and I definitely got my feet from my grandmother's side on my mom's side, and she wore a size 10, and I'm, you know, somewhere in the 9 to 11 range. So I asked Heather if she could make me a pair because my granny died whenever I was 6 or 7, and no one in my family on that side had gigantic feet because my granny was from my dad's side. They all have small feet. I got mine from my mom's side, where it's the land of giants, apparently. So, I'm just kidding, just my grandma. So I asked her to make me kind of like a modern revised pair. And so we found this really pretty rose color, and you can see I've like worn them, and a cream or an off-white color. I forget what this color was actually called. Heather could tell you that. But I picked these out. So she made the base, okay? And then hers are a little bit different. So she made a bigger square for the front of where my foot goes and 2 for the side. So instead of 2 for the front, 1 for the back, it's 2 in the sides, 1 in the front. So a little bit different of a style, different coloring, mix match coloring, which I love. So here is the pair of them. They are a size 10, and I will say they are a smidge too big for me. And that's without wearing socks with them, which I would probably do anyways, just because I'm really weird. Nowadays, whenever I was a kid, I never wanted to have shoes or socks on. Nowadays, I always want to have socks on. It's really weird. My OCD as far as feeling things on the bottom of my feet have definitely gotten worse as I've gotten older. But she did suggest for me to wash them and put them on a low heat for a short amount of time, dryer setting, and then to let them finish air drying, and it should shrink them a little bit. So they should be close to the perfect size with socks once I do that process. But I'm so happy for them. I just wanted to share the story a little bit more about why I ordered shoe slippers, and tell y'all a little bit about Heather. Her original background that I met her with was for cross stitch, and I mean it's still thread, right? It's a type of thread. It's yarn. So I'm counting it as a FlossTube haul, and I really hope if y'all ever need anything, she's doing some really cool stuff. You've got to check it out on her Facebook. She posts pictures of it. She did a little Trojan newborn outfit for photos. She's done newborn crowns. She's doing a really cool blanket that looks like sand leading into the ocean with little turtles going to the ocean. And that hasn't started yet, but it's really cool looking. Like a preview of what it's going to look like. She's doing some awesome stuff, so you need to go check out her Facebook. I can't say enough amazing about Heather. Miss you. Love you. Never met you, but I miss you. Anyways, go check out Heather. Give her some love. And whenever her Etsy shop is back up, if you need beanies or scarves or market bags, she's also doing reusable face cleansing pads. She's, dishwash cloths, all kinds of things. Check her out. She's amazing. I'll put her information in the description box down below, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, guys.